Hello and welcome to this LEGO Theme Park Disaster series, where today we're going to be adding in some base plates to our Marvel and DC superhero section of the theme park, and we're going to resurrect the shipwreck back to the pirate ship and tidy up some little bits and pieces ready basically for the Ninjago City workshops. So with that being said, let's get to it. So that is the set in question. That is the Ninjago City markets. I said workshops at the start, but that's already in. So the actual markets is the next one to be built. But what I want to do is tidy up just basically the front of this. And we are going to be putting back the boat, because I've got half the island there, half the island there. We tried it, it failed. We were going to put it over here. And now that is the Jurassic Park section of the theme park, which is what this video follows on from. I am checking my phone every half an hour, waiting for the official images of the new Harry Potter set. Then when I can actually figure out the size and the scale and everything else, I am ready to get on with it and see if we can make it work within here. I think it's going to need to be chopped and changed, because it's all going to be snow potentially on one side and on the other. I'm hyping this up quite a lot, and then the second I see it, I'm probably going to be like, no, it's just not going to work, or it's the wrong scale, or it's going to be something. So first thing we're going to do is actually do the difficult thing first, which is sort out the base plates underneath the Apoclipseburg, because they are on black at the moment, and I think they need to be on tan, to be honest, but I don't know where they go to, and I also don't know if this is better on black or sand. Because looking at this, we have obviously the sand minifigure just here, which looks great. And then it goes into the black base plates, because that was going into obviously a different section of our theme park. We're going to go into like the horror section of our theme park. But I have just recently added in the Apoclipseburg set. There's been some huge changes in the last few uploads, which I think works well there, but I think it needs to be on sand. Now, to get it on sand, there's going to be quite a few bits and pieces that obviously are going to need to move, but I have got the base plates here ready to go, but it is just going to be a case of, do I just pull 4 of the black ones out and then put them back in, because where are you? You're there. So the plaque and plinth in front of this one has gone in, the minifigures have gone in, obviously the trees and the little things have gone in, and this is going to be connected eventually. And then obviously we've got 3 full, nearly 4 actually, 4 full base plates with nothing on it, and then that'll just be ready for future expansion. And obviously the Easter egg is hidden at the back, which is the walkthrough attraction at Singapore. So if you don't know anything about that, there's videos available on the travel channel with me going there, and it had a big massive celebration for the Jurassic Park, and it was just amazing, the animatronics and things. But this is a big theme park layout. We've got bigger lands now. That's what I've been doing over the last few months. Been adding in just bigger sections, more breathing space and things like that, whereas these areas here where we've got these underneath could just be for smaller little bits and pieces, rather than it needing to take up so much space. So that is the thought process behind that. But I need to figure out basically the best way of not ruining this. Now, I haven't got any 16 by 16s because I didn't know whether to put like half tan, half black. I don't know. The tan might look all right in front of the haunted house. Don't think it's going to matter too much. Sort of give it more of a sandy sort of base. But we will, yeah, until I start moving it, I'm not too sure. So I think what's going to make it easier for me is if I move the T-Rex, and we can just plonk that back in. So I put this one to the front on purpose, so it'd be easy to grab like this. And then give myself enough space to put it on the table. There we go, it will not get damaged. So do I have to move the Apoclipseburg, or can I? Right, we can slide the one out, which is good. We go hard. I'm not going to be able to slide that one out, am I? Because I built around the track, which is a shame. I think that does need. Yeah, because where's the one? The one behind it, which is bugging me a little bit. I don't know where they sort of connect and meet. I can't quite see. So as you can see, it's this one. No, it is. They're all connected and done. So I'm going to have to set myself up, get myself on the ladder, and we are going to do our best to get this moved. As long as this stays together, we should be, he says. Okay, right, so it's this one. That's the one that definitely needs to come out. This is the difficult one to reach. Is it literally connected by that? Is that it? And that one. It's connected by 2 bits. So I do not know what to do with the front one. I don't know whether to pull that out completely. I don't know if the black looks better with the haunted house or not. So I've got enough tan to mess around with it. I don't know. I'm going to have to do it in stages, aren't I? So if I keep that one in for now, I will put 3 tan base plates in, and we'll basically see what's going to happen, because you can see they've got a monstrous overhang, but I think it's this one here that was on show a lot. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll plonk this in, see if the black base plate looks silly, and then if it does, then obviously we can chop and change it and pull it out, because it's going to be used in sci-fi stuff anyway, so it's not going to go to waste. I have got a base plate, obviously, that can swap it over. I've got plenty of tan ready to go. The hard bit is actually getting it back on to the table because of how I am standing. It is not very comfortable. So, something like that. I know it's not correct because we had the coffee around the bit. That's better. That does look better, because that would be struggling out. That would be around that way. I need to pull this. There we go. That would be over here. It'd be like that. Do we keep it black? No, it's going to have to come out. It's going to have to go tan, isn't it? That just looks silly otherwise. You know, the sandy corner. and then that can be moved about, and then the two horary ones can just stay, they can stay just on the black base plate. So I don't know if I can reach it from this side. I don't know how well, because I have obviously started to connect all of these together, and it's sod's law that I started on the Mavel, and they have gone and renounced this Batman set, and basically I've had to change everything because of the future expansion. Oh, these are in well. Can I reach that? Oh, there we go. Right, so what does it look like if I swap that with this? Can we get this in? Okay-ish. Right, there we are. Adds something different to the train track as well. Yeah, that's better. That's better, because obviously now straight away we can put in that on the sand as it's going around on the track. Ooh, there we go. And then yeah, we can, that just looks better. There. So the path can still, it's still exactly the, it's still exactly the same. What's caught underneath? A tile caught underneath there. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. So yeah, I can pull that. I can pull that over probably a couple of studs. We might be able to see the flame, that flame a little bit better. So before I do anything, let's get the actual statue placed, because I think it might not mean much lower down, but I can see it. So it looks better there. I don't know if that is better or not. Because these base plates have got such a big overhang, I've got to be careful with where they end up. But is that right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's where it was. I think that's where it was before, because we had the walkway around it. Come on, there, go there for now. Yeah. So, well, I know it's in the right place, because that tail should just fit in the same bit. I suppose what it's doing is it's telling a little bit more of a story as well, isn't it, as you're going around the track, because you're going from a haunted-y section to a bit of a western-esque section, and then, well, I say western, you know what I mean, sand. And it's just looks right on that, with it being like that. And then we can add in some darker tiling around, so if need be, as we get close to the haunted house, we can fill it in with black tiles around the sand to give that effect that it's changing, so that's not too much of a problem. So you can go from that view, because you should in a second see a tail appear, and if the tail appears, and then I can wrap it around the Daily Bugle, So I have to lead with the tail, put the tail in first. That was where it was sat, there. That's better, that's flush. Magic, and then that went sort of around the front of the actual building. Annoyingly, I noticed after I finished filming this, I'm missing a toenail on the front, so I have to figure that out. Bring that back to the edge of the table. Get the plaque and plinth back in, so it all looks exactly how it was. And then we will be good to go. So that is how the T-Rex itself is looking like at the moment, which is looking nice. And then this is on pins, so that's the nice thing, is you can just remove it, and that literally will sit just at the front, just there. Perfect. And that gives me all the space. And then looking from here, yeah, just wraps it. It just wraps it round. So that's not too bad. I think that's okay. If it was completely different theming and it wasn't the haunted house and the Ghostbuster firehouse there, obviously the rest of that would just go sand, and then we'd keep this grey or green again from a theme park perspective. But well, it's not. But that looks a lot cleaner. And then obviously what it gives us the options of doing is we have then got bits that we could kind of do that with, where they're on the correct colours then, aren't they? And now I can just reconnect that path to the haunted house. I think I have to keep the side. So minifigure back. I have to keep the side of that door like that, because you can, when you come round, you can see it no problem from here. So you can see the front door. See, not a bother whatsoever, because there's that nice gap, and that's, I think, is where we're going to connect the two theme parks up. If I spun the building round, it would have to come further forward because it is hitting the roof already, so we would lose quite a bit of space, and then you would never be able to see the front of it. Whereas at least this one, granted, if I put something up right beside it, you would lose the side windows, which wouldn't be too much of a problem, but it just means that it is it's there. So yeah, and then we could put the graveyard and things in front. I did say in one of the other uploads we could potentially just put Arkham Asylum just there. We've got Arkham and the X-Men to put in, and then the smaller city scale for the Marvel stuff is going to go where these cars are. But yeah, we've got plenty of space. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with nothing on, half a base plate there, half a base plate there. So yeah, we're doing okay. And then that's basically what I need to redo and reconfigure. And I mean, the train could stop off and you could just jump off and have a coffee. And the doors are right at the front, so rather than connecting the path in, you have that's basically a stop. We could have that as a train stop, get off. I can just connect, because where the path is, you can get into the coffee no problem, so I can prop the doors open, and then you come down this side, then obviously you come through, and obviously you can cross easily. So like I said, everything will connect, everything's going to connect. So I'm doing this again from a massive theme park perspective. But yeah, that's that bit done. I think that looks better like that. We will be putting in all of the little Marvel displays and adding in all the minifigures really soon. So I'm going to have to put all the figures in on this one. And then obviously until the sets are here and I've actually got the sets, that the rest of it's going to be on pause. A bit like what I'm doing with the One Piece. I was going to get the One Piece stuff, and then I saw the Arkham, and I was like, well, I want to support DC as much as possible, because, well, they never make anything. So if I can get that in, and then maybe get the X-Men as the next set, and then we'll see what this Harry Potter thing's doing. That's this table done for a year, a minimum of a year, because it's only going to be one thing big, what, a year, every 2 years. That's why I've given it all this space. But it just seems to be everything that I'm doing is for these newer sets, so it's a little bit more of a swine. But like the Jurassic Park, nothing, 1 a year for that. A couple of years, that hasn't had anything. I haven't added anything to this really since I got the bank, as we know how long the bank came out. And Star Wars, well, it's just a UCS set there's only one more UCS set I want, and then I don't even have to touch the Star Wars stuff, so that's okay. So, boat, ship, pirate and tidy. That is what we're going to be going into next. Yeah, we'll do that now. And then it will just be quite nice to get that bit, just get this a little bit more tidy. So we've got a couple of base plates over here which are not doing anything. I'm going to put the base plates I've got tiling on a different pile because I need to use them, obviously. I need to take those tiles off and then reuse them. So what have we got here? We've got a random bag for Star Wars, so let's put that with the Star Wars stuff, and that'll never be seen again for a few months. A little rubbish. Super Mario is going in here because that's where that is going to end up. And I think they're just instruction booklets. Yes, they are. Which goes in my instruction booklet pile, which is there, and then I will end up moving all of them and making more space. Bricks books. That's from the Apoclipseburg. So some of this is actually from the Apoclipseburg. So I'm not too sure how that ended up here, to be honest. But Lord of the Rings ring. Lord of the Rings ring. Right, so yeah, I think that was, put that like that so the cats didn't do any damage. I've got the blue ones that are going to go here. So I have actually got some blue. Yeah, that's where that one needs to go. That one needs to go back there. And all I need is another 16 by 32 in blue. And that's that blue done. Ninjago's going to get built up. That's my next build. Ninjago's my next build. Because it's going to go right in the middle just there. So let's tidy up that bit. So these lights are to go down, they need charging. And then what do we have? We have got stuff. So that's Stranger Things, and some more base plates. But these white base plates now, well, are they going to go into the Harry Potter section or not? I have got, yeah, I've got more white base plates sort of dotted around. I've got another one, two, yeah, I've got quite a few, so I'm going to break that up nicely. I'm actually tempted of just putting 6 snow base plates down and just seeing what it's going to see what it's all about. Oh, that's going to be a proper head scratcher. That's going to be, yeah. So straight away we've got it just tidies this bottom bit up. Let's just keep everything onto that one table. Keep the Stranger Things with the Stranger Things stuff. So that is 3 minifigures and a pillar for Stranger Things, which is actually underneath the table all the way around here. So that can go back. Stranger Things stuff just there. That is more instructions that will be going out. There's a boat, some minifigures that I can do some shorts with, so I'll pull these out and get them ready for some shorts. And that is the vehicle for Stranger Things. So, the boat. We want that bit pulled back off. I spent absolutely ages trying to put this island back together. I spent a full weekend trying to find all the pieces and doing all the bits and pieces that were needed. This was a while back, mind. And end up not liking it, but I'm glad I tried it. Just one of those things, because I think the base of this obviously can be used elsewhere. awkward shape. It just is. It is what it is. So I have done a thing. I didn't realise I had done that. I had put the other part of the pirate, the back of the pirate ship must be in the box, which I put into storage. Okay, right, so we have got that to add. It just looks much nicer as a ship, I think. For what I want anyway, it looks much nicer. And then for what I'm going to be doing, I think it works well. I'm just making a pile of, it's just on a table, going back to how I used to do it, which is much quicker, rather than, they need some water there, the little Ninjago bits. Yeah, that's all together, which is good. Right, so I need to grab this thing, which is the which this bit I really like. So I have got options still, because I have seen another display where this was still part of the display, where it was its own sort of separate island. So, for example, it was there with a bar and everything else, and the front and back of the ship was a shipwreck. So I think what I'm going to do is think about that, because I could have this basically tipped, broken, sinking, up, you know, upright, whatever, because it's all going to have path going around it, and leave that as part of the bar, or I get the sails, clip it all together and do it that way. But it is a very impressive thing as a ship, so I really do like that. But yeah, this one is just not enough to it for me to care, to be honest. That's a bit harsh, but it is what it is. So that's it, done, simple, nice and quick. Think about that, probably put the back on. It's not like I can just have the front separate and the back separate and then the floating middle. I don't know, could I? Could I have it as a half and half? So could I have that close? Have it part of the theme park and have the back close? I don't know. But I haven't got the back up here. So I'm not gonna, I know where it is, it's gonna take me a while to find it. I can't be bothered. So I will wrap this video up and then see what is what, but I don't think that's gonna work. That needs to go back as a boat. That'll go back as a boat, and then we'll see if we can use that as part of whatever, because we came up with this. We know that the Seaside Market is going to wrap around. Don't forget, we've got all of the Lord of the Rings stuff underneath that never gets shown because it's not lit up. So when everything else is neat and tidy, that'll work quite nicely. And then obviously, yeah, we've got the Jaws area going in, and then that's just all open space. So when that box and everything is built, that then becomes available, and it should look quite smart. So that is it, and I am done. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let me know in your comment section below, what do you think, what is going to be your favourite area? Does that look better on stand? Should I have kept it on black? I think it just breaks it up a little bit. I think it looks quite nice. And then yeah, we're going to have the X-Men Mansion with it. We'll have the Arkham Asylum. They're the two that are missing, so potentially for Christmas they'll be in, and then yeah, we'll just see what the future holds, and we'll just go from there. So if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll see you guys next one.